Hello, learners. You are once again welcome to our English lessons. Today, we are going to discuss using punctuations and writing conventions. In our previous lessons, we discussed using capitalization under the same strand. Let's remind ourselves on some of the things we discussed in our previous lessons. We said capital letters are used at the start of sentences. That is one. And then two, we said capital letters are also used to write initials. And we looked at quite a number of examples. We also discussed that capital letters are used to write abbreviations. And lastly, we said capital letters are used at the start of proper nouns, meaning that when you want to write proper nouns, you start with a capital letter. Today, we are looking at the use of some punctuations. But before we do that, let's look at some keywords that will be coming across. Initials, abbreviations, full stop, comma or commas, and then apostrophe. So these are some of the keywords we'll be coming across in our entire lessons. We said before we move on to look at the signs, let's look at what punctuations are. Punctuation marks are signs that help us to understand sentences, meaning that when they are used in sentences, it brings some level of clarity, meaning that it makes the thing well understood. It makes the sentences well understood. The first one we are going to look at is full stop. Can you say that after me? Full stop. When you say full stop, this is how it is written. In the bracket, you see a sign there. This is what we mean by a full stop. Comma. In the brackets, as you see there, that is a comma. Question mark is also a punctuation mark. It is written as such. Apostrophe is also here, as you can see, and this is how it is written. So these are some of the punctuation marks we are going to discuss. Full stop is used at the end of sentences. That is the first one. The use of full stop. So full stop is used at the end of sentences. So whenever we want to end a sentence, we bring a full stop to show that we are done with whatever we want to say. Examples. One, we said, this is an elephant. This is an elephant. So as you can see, the full stop has been brought there to show that our sentence has ended. Nanayao is my friend. Nanayao is my friend. Full stop has been brought here to indicate that our sentence has ended, or this is all that we want to say. So the next one, which is example 2, We said full stop is used at the end of abbreviated words.
Yeah.
Abbreviated words. And when you say abbreviated words, they are just short form of words or words that have been shortened, as we discussed in our previous lessons. Examples of such words are, we have E, T, C, and you can see a full stop has been brought at the end of the ETC, which fully means etc. E, G, full stop has been brought here, the end of the E and then at the end of the G, to show that it is an abbreviated form of example. Then NO with a full stop here. So whenever you see N and O with a full stop here, it means number. So this is an abbreviated form of number. Then we have MR with a full stop here. MR with a full stop here. And that is an abbreviated form of Mr. Mr. The third one, or finally, we said full stop is used to write initials. It is used to write initials. And when I say initials here, I mean the first letter of a name. The first letter of a name. And I believe you remember that because we discussed in our previous lessons. So let's look at an example here. So the first example, we said A.O. Boating. A.O. Boating, where A is an initial of Adom. O is an initial of Opoku. But let's look at how the initials have been written using a full stop. Meaning that the A that starts Adom, after writing it as an initial, we bring a full stop. Opoku, after the O, we bring a full stop. So this is how full stops are also used. The next one is Edward Inti Kwache. Edward Inti Kwache. So after writing the E as an initial, we bring a full stop. And then the N also will bring a full stop. But don't forget, initials are also written using capital letters, as we discussed in our previous lessons. We will look at the others in our next lessons. But before we do that, let's take an activity here. The first one says, what is the name of the sign below? So this particular sign, what is it called? 2. Use full stops to write the following correctly. We are using full stops to write these correctly. The first one reads, he bought a new car. He bought a new car. We are using full stop to correct this sentence. 2. John goes to church on Sundays. John goes to church on Sundays. We are using full stop to correct this as well. Then the third one, we have doctor. Doctor. And the abbreviated form of doctor is written here. So use a full stop to correct that for me. Then the fifth one, we said Daniel J. Boache. Daniel J. Boache, which happens to be a name. We have D.A. Boache. D.A. Boache. Use full stop to correct this for me as well. Okay, here comes the end of our lessons. We will meet again in our next class to discuss the other punctuation marks. See you in our next lessons. Bye.